few people kind of serve the rest of the country, right?
Yeah. So it's hard, I guess, for working all that, is it?
There's a lot of work in the cities,
Yeah.
right? But the cities are like Toronto, and then there's Montreal. We should be recording this.
Right.
Montreal.
We are recording.
Okay. Yeah, there's Montreal, but that's a French-Canadian city.
Okay.
So you need to... Est-ce que tu parles français?
Okay, you speak French too.
Oui, je
Okay.
parle un petit peu.
Nice.
Mais pas trop. So that's if you can.
If you can speak, can you live there or no?
Yes, you can also speak if you can live there if you speak English too.
Right.
But it's not going to be exactly the same experience because the French want you to be speaking French.
Right. What's like the percentage? Is it?
I would say maybe 50-50, but Quebec is the province in Canada that's all French.
Okay.
It's like a different country there.
Nice.
It's very much. It's like a slice.
Like it's.
It's all French, and the rest of the Canada's English, right?
Dang.
Because we had the French settlers were there.
Gotcha. That's crazy. Guys, welcome back to another episode where we dive into the creative minds of electronic dance music. Today I'm here in Detroit at Speaker Box with Sara Simms. She's a multi-talented musician who's made her name for herself in the music world with her DJ productions on labels like Play Records, Intangible Soundworks, Expressway Recordings, and of course on Simmetry Sounds, her own imprint. She has shared the stage with Carl Craig, Victor Ruiz Fur Coat, to name a few. Now headlining some festivals, collaborating with industry pros. Join us as we dive into Sara's journey to her insights on music, creativity, and her passion for music. Sara, welcome to the Story by Humans.
Thank you so much for having me.
How's your day going? How's your trip down here?
It's been very smooth so far. Woke up in Toronto, here I am in Detroit.
How's the how far is it? Like 40-minute drive or something?
It's about a 4-hour drive.
Okay, 4 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that is far then. I thought it was just like crossing the bridge.
No, it's a good 4-hour drive, and then depending on how long it takes to get across the border,
yeah,
that can extend the trip a little bit.
Dang. Okay. I for some reason, what's here across the bridge?
That's Windsor.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay, this is my third time here in Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah, so I came in for there were 2 times I came in for Movement, and now I'm here with you at the podcast. Well, first of all, I wanted to appreciate you helping me out with the space here at Speaker Box to help me with the connections that you have here so we can record here inside. It was a little challenging to find a studio here in Detroit, especially because it feels like everything's kind of far, I guess, from Detroit.
Yeah.
So yeah, it worked out good. So I got here like literally 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I landed, and I think it's like 30 minutes from here in the airport, something like that. So then we catch traffic a little bit, and I was like, dang. So Sara, I wanted, if you don't mind, I have all those questions. I'm gonna alternate between career influences, production, creative. That way we don't stuck in one single object.
Okay.
Subject. What was your aha moment? I guess when you decided you wanted to be a DJ, because I know you have a musician background. But when did you decide to turn into more like a DJ producer?
Well, I was going down to visit my mom when I was 18. I was in the airport.
Okay.
And I met a DJ who was going to play in the deserts.
Okay.
I was a little drum and bass kid. I was sitting there listening to my headphones and just blasting the drum and bass. And this guy who was sitting across from me, he had a crate of records.
Okay.
He said, "Oh, you listening to drum and bass?" And I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, cool. I'm like a drum and bass DJ." I said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "I'm going to play this rave in the desert." And I just kind of looked at him like, that sounds like so cool. And I knew that when I grew up, I wanted to do the same thing too.
Really?
It just seemed like the coolest thing to be flying somewhere to go play music.
Right. That's crazy. What was this at on? Do you know exactly where he was gonna play? Like, I'm guessing. Was it Burning Man? No.
I mean, it could have been Burning Man. It
Yeah.
could have been another rave.
Another rave. Yeah.
I don't know exactly, but Yeah,
That's crazy.
He was off on a journey, and
dang.
Yeah.
What were your mom saying when you told her you wanted to be a DJ?
she was good with it. My family actually helped me get into teaching.
Really? Yeah, 'cause I think I saw the picture of you the other day. Was it Christmas? I'm not sure if it was your whole family and they all like playing. Was it playing guitar? Were you guys playing guitar?
Yeah,
It was a story. Did you upload it?
and
Yeah.
Those were friends, not family.
Okay.
But, yeah, that was me
Okay.
playing guitar. Just a little jam session with some good friends.
Nice. So how many instruments do you know how to play?
I know how to play one.
Just
Well,
the
actually
guitar.
two. Yeah,
Okay.
the guitar
Uh-huh.
and then the turntables. 'Cause
Okay.
I started off as a turntablist.
Got,
so
okay. Nice.
can also use the turntable as a musical instrument. So
That's crazy. So who were your first artists that you look up to when you started like in the music scene, like as a DJ? Well, being so close to Detroit, I'm guessing from Detroit. Who was the people you were following?
you know what? You would guess it was Detroit.
Right.
But Detroit is actually not exactly how I got into electronic music. So when I first got into electronic music,
Mhm.
it was through Fatboy Slim's,
Okay.
like his big breakout album.
Right.
And also through Ninja Tune Records.
Okay.
More like breakbeats.
Okay.
And then I transitioned over into drum and bass. Toronto was like a real hotspot for the drum and bass scene.
Right.
So I was really into artists like Ronnie Size, TB, Dillinger, Toronto Slip and Slide,
Okay.
Goldie.
Right. I hear. Was it Rodney Size? I think I listened to him before in Dallas. They
Yeah.
brought it before. Yeah.
Yeah, Ronnie Size is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not a huge fan. Actually, I think I met Suga and I met Philip from Suga and T and Suga or Jane Suga. I'm sorry guys if you guys look at this. I met him at the hotel, and then I saw Philip. Has breakfast, and I'm having breakfast, and so talking. He's like, yeah, I'm from Berlin, and I immediately took my headphones. I was like, and he's like, yeah, I was like, yeah, what do you do here? And I was like, well, I'm doing a podcast for D93. And he was like, oh, really? Yeah, I'm part of the crew. And I was like, what? So yeah, it's crazy. They're really good though. Yeah, I'm never really been into was it drum and bass?
Drum and bass?
Yeah, but they play really good. I liked it after that for sure. I never really dragged my attention to that.
Yeah.
But that's good for sure. What's a good artist are you listening to right now in drum and bass that you
Well,
recommend?
I'm a little bit out of the drum and bass scene,
Okay.
I would say. Although I did see, my sister took me to see Chase and Status.
What is it?
Chase
Chase
and
Status.
Yeah,
Okay,
we went to
yeah.
go see them at Boiler
Yeah.
Room.
Damn. Yeah, I remember that. I see. Well, I seen they're huge now, right now. I mean, like one of the biggest names right
Yeah.
now. Dang. So, do you have a favorite? Since you produce, do you have a favorite sound that you use, like a weird sound that you like to use in your tracks when you produce?
A weird sound?
Yeah, a track, I guess. You know, like there's people. I've seen Michelle Sparks. She said she got reached out by this company. I forgot what it was, but anyway, so she had like a little plant, and then she connected the plant. The plant will make a sound,
Okay.
and then she'll like record it through the computer and make it like a beat through the computer. So I was like, oh shoot, that was like really really technical. But I'm to you. I'm saying, do you have a specific sound that you like to record like outdoors? Oh, actually, well, Lorelei Moore, I recorded with her 2 weeks ago, and she works for the NASA. Well, she works for Blue Origin now,
Mm-hmm.
and then she records like the when the rockets go to the into the moon and Mars or whatever.
Oh, wow.
She'll record the sound and bring it into a track.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, maybe she has a sound or a sample that you use on your tracks that you like to use often. Do you have something like that, or something that you start with on most of your tracks?
Well, I would say one thing that's definitely in the tracks,
Mhm.
a lot of them is like white noise at a very low level.
Okay.
Allows to add a nice ambiance.
Okay.
I do have an Adderall recorder, and sometimes I record ambient sounds, just from the natural world
Gotcha.
on my phone.
Right.
Actually, in one of my tracks called Bronx, there's the sounds of the New York subway.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's where we got, me and my friend who produced the track, that's really where we got the inspiration from.
Uh-huh.
So sometimes sounds from the natural world can be like, inspirational and
Right.
an interesting starting place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can take a sample and manipulate it into something.
Yeah, yeah. You know who is really good at taking the sounds like that? You know, Recondite. That he plays live and
Yeah.
all. He takes a lot of sounds from like the nature,
Yeah.
and it makes it brings into his music. I'm like a huge fan of him. Like I don't know, you probably seen it on my stories, but like a lot of my stories, I play a track of him. It's just that's what I like. So if you have to describe your music style, how will you describe it to? So the you, or how will you pitch it?
My music style?
Mm-hmm.
I would say I would play techno with a rolling bass line,
Okay.
some melodic synths,
Okay.
some rave elements, and I also like to incorporate some vocals, like some catchy vocals.
Catchy vocal. Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
vocals all the time. It makes. That's I mean, going back to the same. We're just saying the catch vocals.
Yeah.
They catch the whole sound. It holds the whole vibe.
Adds the human element, right? Because
Right.
we're human, so when we hear a voice, we can relate more to the track.
Right. Yeah. Mm, yeah. I guess that's what's helping Anima. I guess doing their music sounds, and
Mhm.
I mean especially plus the visuals, and it makes it like vocals and other visuals. It's catching a lot of attention of the track. I used to like them better when they were like more minimal. I guess I
Yeah.
guess you can say it. Do you say the same? Would you say the same, or you like this new style?
You know what? I'm open-minded,
Right.
so I would say I like the new style.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
it's- I mean, the melodic techno thing is really
Yeah.
working for him.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, it's
I
working
think
for him for
it's-
sure.
You know, he's having a lot of success.
For sure. Yeah, it's a lot of melodic techno right now going, or
Yeah.
melodic house going around for sure.
It's the vibe right now, you know,
Mhm.
and a lot of his productions, like, they sound top-notch.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Yeah, it's hard to, I guess, to not compete, but I guess since you produce like bringing a track out and send it out, it has to have some type of melodic techno, I think, to compete against like there's so many music dropping every day in Beatport, and it's
Mhm.
just crazy. Yeah. By the way, are you one of those people when you release music on obviously when you release your music, do you check your charts as soon as you wake up to see where you're standing or no?
I mean, it's not the most important thing.
Okay, good. Yeah. Okay. Well, now I guess, because I had a lot of you're the 18th episode of the whole series, and probably like maybe 15 of them has said every time they wake up in the morning
Mm-hmm.
to see where they're standing. And I was like, what is that? I was like, I don't know. It's just kind of like I guess that's a habit
Yeah.
that you have. I have the habit too, just to see how many views like the episode got.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean it's not. Maybe it's important to me, but everyone has their own choices. But yeah, they say that I when I talk to another brand, I don't think it's healthy. You're waking up, first thing you should look at is how many listeners or what did they got play or and all that. He's like, well, I guess it's part of your job, when you're producing music. So I got this one. What's your guilty pleasure when you hit a creative block? Is it just go and eat something, watch Netflix, or what do you do when you have I guess you have a block of creativity?
You stop working.
You stop working.
You stop working. I would say for me, I don't have too many creative blocks though.
Okay.
If anything, it's the opposite problem. It's too many ideas.
Yeah.
Too many ideas, not enough time or energy to do
Right.
something with all of the creative ideas. So it's not so much a creative block, it's an abundance of ideas.
Yeah, when not enough time. Right. This random question. What's that one piece of gear that you'll take in the case of a zombie apocalypse?
Oh, this is hard. I would probably grab my Fender American Strat guitar just because
Okay. Is that the one you have on a picture?
I think I have a couple pictures
Is
of
it-
it, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I also, it would be a toss up because I have this beautiful pedal board.
Okay.
Actually, it has guitar pedals on it, but
Mhm.
it's engineered for my DJ setup.
Oh, okay,
My friends
nice.
at a company called Nice Rock Canada made it for me, so it's one of a kind. So it would be a
Hey.
real toss up.
You probably will take that one instead, I think.
But the guitar is easier to carry.
Yeah, you can use it as a weapon, right?
That's true. That's
Right.
true.
That's crazy. How long did they take to build the like the custom made with the pedals?
It took some time. Like
Yeah.
I'll have to ask Mike, the owner of the company, how long
Okay.
it took to make it, but it's all handcrafted.
Hey, shout out to
Yeah.
Mike. He did a
Yeah.
really good job. Was I obviously I'm not sure. Well, I don't know if you. I think I know. I told you, but I've not. So I have what I do have a section. It's called Instagram Dive In. So I go to your Instagram and look out for
Right.
pictures.
Okay.
So I do got some pictures that I downloaded from your own Instagram, and we'll get to that part in a minute. So I'm gonna send it to you, and then you can just give me context on that. But I think I saw a pedal. I think it was white, and did it have your picture, your face on it, or no?
Oh, that's a different pedal. My
Okay.
friend Eager, who's an artist and a graffiti artist, she painted that for me.
Okay, but that's you on the pedal.
Yes.
Okay, nice. I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you really artistic, like painting and all that, or no?
Me personally,
Yeah.
I could be perhaps if I practice that art more, but I would say I think I'm more gifted in music.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah. I tried actually to kind of DJ too. Didn't work out really. It's just that I feel like I was getting overwhelmed with so many tracks. Like you
Mhm.
have to dig in, and then next thing you find a few, and you know how it recommends a few more.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, maybe I like this, and the next thing you know, you left out where you were standing and finding the
Yeah.
track, and I was like, that's too much, man. What's the most techie thing you ever done to improve your performance setup? Like, I guess maybe like an addition, I guess, to your setup. What's something you?
There's been a lot over the years, but
Uh-huh.
I think one of my favorite projects that I made was I had this controller, a handmade controller called the Monome,
Okay,
or the Monomi. I'm not
Okay.
exactly sure how to pronounce it.
right.
And it's a really cool kind of wooden controller with just a bunch of little buttons on it, and you can program this thing to do whatever you want.
Okay,
So I collaborated with a software engineer, and together we designed the Monome to be a controller for Tractor.
okay, that's what I was
So-
asking you. So it's something like similar to Tractor?
You could control Tractor with it. So
Okay.
instead of having the Tractor controller or
Right.
an Allen and Heath controller,
Right.
it was a 4-deck controller on this like really cool handmade square
Dang,
controller.
that's crazy.
So I
That-
was really happy when I did a performance with that, and
Right.
everything worked out.
So do you kept it, or who kept? Oh,
No, I sold it.
oh, you sold it? No way! That's crazy. Why is that?
Why did I sell it?
Yeah, what? Just because?
Because there comes a time in life to move on.
Right. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, even from things that like we really loved or we worked with for a while.
Right.
Like you can't keep on using the same setup
Right.
forever.
Right.
Sometimes you just have to say goodbye. So I think there's like
That's
it's just
right.
like your wardrobe, right? Like you're not gonna wear the same shirt for like 5-10 years.
Right.
Same thing with your DJ setup, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you use it for that time and then there comes a time to move on. So
Right.
I'm really not one to hang on to like old gear.
Old
I
gear.
would rather kind of move on to something that's perhaps a little bit more reflective of the time we're in.
For sure. Michelle had the same perspective about then once you start, I guess, growing, I guess, in the music industry, then you have to just sell your old stuff and get our new stuff. Because you start changing a little bit of style as well.
Yeah.
So you kind of just have to sell it because there's no point just having it in there in the studio. And then and she said, and plus you have space because you need a space on the studio. Yeah, I'm not sure if you had a chance to watch that. I recorded at their own studio. They have a really, really nice setup.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
I look forward to checking out. I'm a big fan of Michelle Sparks.
Michelle Sparks, yeah,
Yeah.
she's great. She's great. And her and Yuhan for sure. Connection, what's the craziest request you ever receive as when you're playing? You always get that for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's always crazy requests. I can't remember the craziest one I've ever gotten, but I can tell you the most common one I get is Drake, because I'm from Toronto.
Really?
So like everyone and his brother, they always want you to,
Oh, really?
you know, even at an electronic event, you'll still get
Really?
Yeah.
This up there in Toronto?
the Drake fans.
Right, okay.
100%. Drake
Really?
Drake is king where I'm from.
No
so,
way, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's like is who's another big artist from up there?
Shawn Mendes.
John Mendes?
Shawn Mendes, a
Sean.
pop star.
Okay.
Also from Toronto.
Okay.
Loud Luxury.
Loud Luxury. Oh yeah, they're actually playing on Dallas on Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah,
They're-
Saturday or Friday?
They're not from Toronto. They're from London, which is a neighboring city,
Okay.
but close enough. So
I have never listened. Is it a duo or just that one?
it's a duo.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do they play? Because I have someone that wanted to go see him, and
Yeah.
so she's going. And it was like, have you listened? I was like, no. But what do they play?
Oh, go check out the show. It's more like EDM, but kind of the pop side of EDM.
Okay.
They've released on Armada. They've released on Tiesto's label.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
But really good. They do when they play live, like a lot of cool mashups that are original. So combining together songs that you know kind of in a new way.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I won't be. I'll be in Miami, I think, that day. So I'm still doing the other episodes.
It'd be a hype party. Go check it out.
Really? So you say Drake was the craziest request that you. How about here in Detroit when you play here? You play here often in Detroit?
I play here at least a couple times a year.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the closest neighboring city to Toronto. It's closer to come down to Detroit than it is to drive to Montreal.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, well, just back to where we were talking earlier. I didn't think that was this far from Toronto to Detroit. Like 4 hours. It feels like you're going from Dallas to the border.
Yeah, 4 hours and a bit.
Dang.
Yeah.
And like driving a good pace.
Driving at a good pace. Traffic is good. I took the train today
Okay.
to Windsor
Okay.
and then crossed over the border.
Okay.
so,
Okay. That's good. Yeah. I would have taken the train too from over here, but our train takes forever.
It takes a long time.
Yeah. I was like, I gotta fly. Actually, I wanted to do. I had a trip that I've been having in mind that you take the train from Dallas and it goes all around. Actually, it goes to Illinois and it crosses to San Francisco. It goes back, I think, in Seattle, and it goes around. It goes all the way around, but it takes 46 days.
Oh my goodness.
On the train.
So you need time to take that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's not it's not that expensive if you take the normal seats, but if you get the what is it called, those rooms, I guess, it gets pricey.
Yeah.
It's like $1,600.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, I'd rather do the plane. You just get it in a good time. You spend no money. So do you have any pre-show like rituals or like things that you do before your show? You know, like soccer players, they grab the grass and kind of like go like that. Do you got something similar to that?
Absolutely. Makeup, always. And I like to brush my teeth.
Okay, for sure. You have to.
I know it sounds kind of weird.
Yeah.
You just get out there and you're so much fresher.
That's a good. Hey, those are great habits. But do you have maybe something to maybe like an object that you put in or something? Like I got this, right? So I just put it in. And
I mean, I'd love to wear rings.
Right, but something that you say, this ring is like the good luck ring.
They're all lucky.
They are lucky. Okay, good.
They're all lucky. So it's not just one, and I can live without them too. But I do like to have my rings.
Okay.
I think when I started DJing, I would see guys playing with like really big rings on.
Really?
At the raves and stuff, and I came to identify DJing with big rings.
Okay.
And like a lot of jewelry, like rings and some bracelets and stuff. I would just see guys, DJing with that style. So
really,
I thought that
you have to build up some style.
If you want to be a DJ, you need to be rocking some jewelry.
Right.
So yeah, I think that's important too, because people are always looking at your hands when you play, right?
For sure, yeah.
So it just gives them that extra little, that visual, right?
Right. Yeah, you have to create a put an image a little. You know how they can identify you a little bit. I've never really been something like that,
Mhm.
but so I have someone that we'll be talking to, and then so it's kind of like a coaching of this new era of me. And it's like, yeah, you gotta do this, you gotta just dress this way now
Yeah.
and all that. And I'm like, man, I'm not really. I just mean I was like normal, you know. But I guess
Yeah.
you said you got well, now you're building kind of little brand, so you have to kind of stay. That's kind of how it works. I'm
Yeah,
like,
you stay in your brand.
Yeah,
You know?
so it's crazy.
Because it makes sense, right? People recognize you in a certain way.
Right. What was your first rave that you went, or like a techno party, or like, do you remember that?
Yes. 2 different events you're talking about. My
Okay.
first rave I went to was a Bad Boy Bill rave.
Okay.
It
Wh-
was so cool.
It was so cool.
It was at a place called the Docks in Toronto, and it was just the craziest party. And I
Was it your
never-
first one?
Yeah, that was the first. That wasn't the first time. The first time I went clubbing was in France.
Okay.
But the first rave I went to was Bad Boy Bill.
Dang, that's
And,
crazy.
Yeah, Toronto, we had a massive rave scene.
Yeah, is it still going right now? Like a huge, massive? No.
No,
Why is that?
We will never see anything like that again.
Why is
We
that?
had, well,
Is the
it was a really cool scene. A lot of different promoters started working together. Parties started to get bigger.
right?
All sorts of different rooms with different sounds, different locations. Like there were raves in science centers.
Uh-huh.
They were really creative with the parties, and the scene just kind of got bigger and bigger and bigger.
Uh-huh.
And then, unfortunately, some misfortune happened.
Okay.
Couple overdoses and stuff. and
Okay. Yeah.
Things got in the news, right? Parents started hearing more about what was going on. Police
Right.
got involved, and eventually it just got all shut down.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang. So if you wanna go to something, do they obviously they have clubs and everything, right? But they
Yes.
don't really. It's not something like electronic music 100%, or.
Oh no, we have. I think Toronto has a really strong club scene and a cool underground scene too. So we have some great venues. We have Coda. We have Vertigo.
Okay.
We have some big clubs too, like Rebel. We have a new club called Department. It's bringing kind of more like cutting edge underground artists as well.
Okay.
So we have a really cool club scene.
Yeah.
We have a good festival scene as well.
Uh-huh.
Electric Island Festival. There's another festival called Veld.
Okay.
So we have-
it sounds pretty big,
Yeah,
man. Yeah.
But that's not exactly the same thing as
How
a
it was.
rave party.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
A rave party is very, very different. That's throwing an event in some random location, right?
Yeah.
Some of these parties, you used to have to take a bus to go to them.
Right.
You wouldn't find out till the last minute.
Yeah, we
Where
just
they're
had one like
going.
that the other day. Yeah, I miss those days for sure. That's how we were when I was with mine. That we had like a little. Well, at one point we got so big that we just didn't really do the whole process no more. We just post the address
Yes.
because there was too many emails sending and all that. And I was like, bro, just put the address there and everything. When do you start DJing? You remember who you went through like a class or like how you started? How do you learn DJing?
It took a while to learn
Yeah.
in the beginning because
Uh-huh.
I learned, I would say, a while ago.
Uh-huh.
It was kind of before the days of the internet, really. Like
Yeah.
the internet wasn't really popping yet.
Dang.
There was no online classes. And when I started, actually, it was challenging to get up and running because the guys who I were hanging out with, they didn't want to show me anything. It
Right.
was like a secret knowledge that
Really?
wasn't, they weren't open with sharing.
Right.
So it was a lot of train wrecks first couple of years until I
Right.
found a DJ mentor.
Okay.
I called the DJ store because I knew I needed some help with this thing. you know?
Okay.
And I was like, hey, my name's Sarah. I need a DJ teacher. Like, do you have anyone who can help me? And luckily, the guy on the phone was the perfect guy to talk to. He was like, come to my house tonight, 7 o'clock.
I'll show you.
I'm gonna show you. It's gonna be $20 an hour. Is that okay?
That's crazy.
I was like that. I need to go to Scarborough, which is maybe not the best area.
Oh, okay. Oh, that made it worse.
In the greater Toronto area, it's like that. I need to go to Scarborough to see my DJ teacher tonight. Can you drive me? And he's like, yeah, but I'm gonna sit outside until your lesson's over.
And what? Oh, was this with turntables?
Yeah, this was with turntables.
That's crazy. Now I'm always amazed who people who knows how to DJ with turntables.
Yeah.
Because I think that using USB is already complicated.
Mm-hmm.
By using the normal CDJs, 'cause you just gotta match the BPM and all that. But I think with turntables, you gotta find, I guess, know when to drop the needle and then all that. Though it's way more complicated for sure. Do you remember your first time that you went on your first gig, like a huge? What was your who was your first gig, or where was your first gig?
So, I had I think a couple first gigs that kind of stand out in my mind. One of them, I think one of my very first gigs was a friend of a friend. It always kind of works that way. I think it was my sister's boyfriend's friend's mum. Her name was Melly Fresh.
Okay.
She's also an electronic artist from Toronto. She was throwing a festival.
Okay.
Kind of like outside of Toronto. We had to take a bus to get there. So she wanted me to perform at this festival. So her son, who was also a DJ, called me and he was like, "Hey, we have this festival. Like, do you want to come play?" And I was like, "Okay." You know, and it was like small festival, kind of middle of nowhere.
Right.
You know, decks were set up. But that was one of the first gigs.
How was that? Were you nervous? Were you smiling through it? The
That
whole
was
process?
great.
Really?
Yeah, it was so much fun.
It's because I guess because you kind of, well, not kind of, but you by then you had to learn how to play, so it's not. I would have still get nervous a little bit. Was it a lot of people? Was it?
I think there was a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, that might have been the more first professional gig. I think I did a couple like house parties before that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess in the house parties, I guess you're allowed to mess up a little bit because everyone is kind of like not paying attention too much. But I guess in a big gig, then just like a smiling through it, you're scared and all that stuff. That's crazy. So I got this other one, philosophy and vision questions. If you could teleport to any venue in the world, what would that be? And I guess to play. Said what venue would you like to play in anywhere in the world that you think this obviously, yeah, what was a good venue
Well,
you'd like
it's
to play?
hard to choose just one.
Right.
I mean,
Will you have a couple? You got top 5?
Yeah, for sure. I maybe I can mention 2.
Okay.
One of them is definitely Ushuaia.
Ushuaia,
Ibiza.
yeah.
Such a beautiful club.
Right.
I really love in the summer, like the outdoor venues.
Right.
The open air.
Right.
Definitely an open air performer.
Right. If you choose, you like to be more performer than clubby kind of thing, or what do you like?
Well, I mean, you're performing when you're DJing, right?
Right.
You're putting on a show, like you're mixing music.
Right.
You're also the entertainment for the night.
For
right?
sure. Well, Sam, do you prefer like outside venues, like outdoor venues, or you like more like a club?
Outdoor venues.
Outdoor venues.
Yeah, in the summer, not when it's cold. Not outdoor venues when it's cold. I'm not a cold
Right.
girl.
I was talking to someone earlier, and then I was like, I mean, I don't want to sound stereotyping. Cause she's from Russia, right? So then I was like, well, how you Russian? You not cold and all that. So I guess in your case, since you're Canadian, you guys always cold up there. That's what I think, because we're from Texas, from that. So we always stereotyping people from Canada, thinking they're all cold like 9 months of the year. So, but it's, I guess, weird to see people like, I don't like cold.
Yeah.
And then they from, I guess you're from Canada, so
Yes.
that's so you're not a cold person, I guess. Like,
No,
really?
No.
Yeah. Well, where would you move if you could? Like where in this, maybe not in the States, but maybe in the world. Where would you want to move?
Where
if you could, yeah, like move in, like to start living.
Oh, only 2 places, I think.
Which
maybe 3. Vegas.
Okay.
Miami.
Okay.
The nice, hot, kind of sunny cities with a lot of venues,
Right.
a lot of opportunities.
For sure.
And like Switzerland, I visited Switzerland a couple times, and that was a really cool country.
Right. Yeah. I've never been there, but I mean, I like it. What I see in the pictures for sure, and then I see these guys on YouTube, and I'm like, oh, I like Switzerland. I don't like Vegas for sure though. I mean, I'd just like to go visit probably Tino. Shout out to Tino.
Yeah, shout out to Tina. Metro Crew, Techno Taco Tuesday.
Right. They done a really good job up there. But I don't know. I just don't like Vegas for some reason. I just feel like it's too hot.
It's too hot.
Yeah.
It's a hot place.
Yeah, Miami's better for sure. You at least got the ocean, and it's in your mind that you have the ocean there. So what's one of your secrets to stay inspired or I guess motivated in the electronic music?
I would say, inspiration is everywhere. Just stay plugged into what's going on. Keep
Right.
listening to music.
Right.
There's a lot of inspiration in other music.
For sure.
Listening to other artists. I always find like new upcoming artists.
Right.
Are very inspirational with their work.
Right. Yeah. It's hard, I guess, to stay not motivated, but I guess to engage because there's so many things that comes from social media that'll distract you. You're trying to concentrate with. Oh, actually, I don't know if you noticed that, but I was noticing that the other day, not the other day, but yesterday, really, I was going through the stories, and then not through the stories, but through the reels. So now Instagram, I haven't even noticed, but I just noticed it yesterday. So now it has a feature that it shows the people that if you tap on your, like, let's say your picture, like I'm looking at the reels and I see your picture, and it shows like a heart. So I tap on your picture, and now it shows me a reel that you like.
Yes.
You notice that?
Yep.
I was like, what?
It's a new feature.
Yeah, I hate it. I mean, not that I hate it, but it kind of tells you secrets low-key a little bit.
Well, the way Instagram is designed is to make you stay on the app for as long as possible.
As long as possible.
So they're gonna try to bring in as many new tricks as they can, so
Right.
you stay on their app.
Their app, yeah.
On their app. So yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was like, what? And I was like, damn. Now they know. I mean, I'm like one of those. I don't give away my likes so much.
Yes.
But I do through the music industry, but
Yeah.
any other thing that is not related to music, then I don't.
Not so much.
No, because it's just gonna start referring me as, throwing you stuff that you don't want to have in through your I guess through algorithm. So I just kind of don't like anything.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I try to stay away from that many likes. The other day I was watching this guy and they were talking. There's like a podcast and they're like, yeah, man, they were talking about this. Like, it's like when you give the like to this hot girl, what's that gonna do to you? So they were talking about this guy always give likes to anything, right? And I was like, yeah, I agree with him. Like, what? I mean, why is an extra like gonna do to you? She got like 60,000 likes. She's not gonna pay attention to an extra like. So I was like, good, a way to put it out. So if you had to describe your music using emojis, which one would you choose?
The dancing woman and the dancing man.
Okay.
The one in the red
Yeah,
dress.
one's like
and then
this.
The guy who's like
Yeah,
a
they're doing
groupie.
the what is it? John Travolta one dancing. Yeah.
I would say, I'm a party DJ. I
Right.
like to play music that makes people dance.
Right.
So those are the two perfect emojis.
Is that that's your daily emojis that you use normally? Not daily, but like when you're referring to something that you send, like party tonight, and you send that thing.
No, I wouldn't say they're my daily emojis. I'm always giving the clap.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
I like to give people,
Kudos.
yeah, for when they do something good.
For
so
sure.
I like that, and like the hands up.
Oh yeah, like the ones like
when
this.
I see people I know doing good
Yeah.
things, right? I want to give them credit for
For sure.
for what they're doing. Like, way to go, man.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys that I always, because there's people who, I guess they don't really believe in themselves on either like a song or product or a company or whatever they're trying to do, and then sometimes when I hear him and I'm like, bro, just go with it. Don't think about too much, because the more you think, the longest it takes for you to launch it, and then if you're thinking about all the outcomes,
Yes.
then you might get scared. Don't do it at all.
Yeah.
So
it's true.
just when I see something they doing it and then we already discussed it, and I see if they doing it, then I always give them the little a clap or the hands, like, man, it's way to go, man, because it's just it's not hard to do the first I guess a step. You gotta get your feet wet,
Yeah.
but it's hard to jump in on something you don't know, especially if you don't have the connections. Like on me, I wanted to do this like maybe since I started doing before I started doing, well, I was when I was doing Tino shows already, but at the time I was like, I had no time to book a DJ, because the airport of the show venue and all that, do a podcast too, no time.
Yeah.
So then when I start doing it, I think I did at first two. Then I was like, man, I think probably got like 150 views or something like that. But I already had the channel, so I was like, man, screw it. But for me, it worked out a little bit easier in a way because I
Yeah.
have the connections through the music.
Yes.
So now, I mean, I'm doing tomorrow, not the day after tomorrow with Julia Nico, which is like one of the probably biggest name. Next one I'm doing Henry Bergenman from Afterlife and all that. So I'm like,
cool.
yeah, it's growing. So then March I'm doing Mariana Boo, Francisco Yandes, some big names. So just a Q&A podcast. So it's pretty cool to see that grow.
It's great.
Yeah, it's growing fast. I guess it's just because of connection to the music. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the Instagram diving thing questions. So I'm gonna send it to you in a text right now. So you look at those and then we go from there. Does that work?
The Instagram questions.
Yeah, I think I thought I had another one, but I got a little drunk at the airport at the plane. So I was like, man, what happened to the other picture?
What's the other one?
No, I don't know. I don't have it, but I took it from Instagram.
Okay.
But I think it was the pedals. I'm not sure, but I don't see it in here on my picture.
Was it the pedal with my face on it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, we already talked about that one, I guess. Yeah. So let's go with this white one.
Okay.
So on this one, where was this? I was just like a picture for like a cover, or what was this?
This was a creative shoot that I did.
Okay.
The photographer was Mario Miotti.
Okay, shout out to Mario.
Shout out to Mario. He's one of my favorite photographers in Toronto to work with. I've done a lot of my
Work.
photo shoots
Yeah.
with him. And this was a creative shoot that I wanted to do. I had a great team behind me.
Okay. How long does it normally because obviously I think I do see your side of I guess if you can say like a model or like taking more pictures of yourself. How long does it normally a shooting like that takes? Like in this case, how long do you guys do?
Well, what takes the longest is the prep.
Okay.
The hair and makeup
Right.
is really that's the longest.
Right.
And then my stylist who I was working with at the time, he loved to do a lot of pinning.
Okay.
So if you have to pin your clothes,
Right.
so it fits right.
So if it's right.
That can take a little bit of time as well.
Nice.
But yeah, this was a great shoot. I think my sister was working on the shoot with me.
Okay.
I don't remember who my team was exactly.
Right.
The outfit looks a little bit like Elvis.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's like that's what I mean. It dragged my attention. I was like, looks like Elvis.
Looks like Elvis.
Yeah.
But he's one of my favorite rock stars.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, he
so
is.
anytime someone says like, "Oh, your outfit
Right.
reminds me of Elvis," it's the highest compliment.
Really? Okay. Yeah. Notice that it looks like Elvis for sure. What do you think about the series on Netflix? You saw the series already?
No, I haven't.
No way.
No, I haven't. But I did see an excellent movie about his wife called Priscilla.
Okay. Dang. Well, I haven't seen that one. Where you saw it?
I saw it on a plane. But
Okay.
if you have the chance to check it out,
I'm gonna check it out.
because it's like her side of the story.
No. Oh, that's even better. Now that I watched
Yeah.
the Elvis one. Whoa. I'll probably watch it tonight. Well,
Yeah.
we'll probably in the plane back we'll go to Miami.
It's a hard movie, I think.
That's crazy.
Fascinating, because she was just as iconic as Elvis was.
Right. Yeah, imagine being like when Henry Craze, I guess his wife, and then being like such a big star like that, then you have to deal with a lot of not BS, but like a lot of problems with girls and all he's drinking and all flying back and forth. It's complicated for sure.
It goes through that all, and she was very young. He met her when in Germany.
Okay.
When she was 16.
No way, that's crazy.
Yeah, so check that out.
I'm gonna check that out.
But this is when I look. I haven't actually looked at this picture for a long time. When I look quickly at that, that's what it is. But I like this shot. Like white is kind of purity, right? It's very spiritual.
For sure, yeah.
So yeah,
It gave me the same vibe.
The guitar looks great.
What guitar is that?
This is an American Standard Strat.
Okay.
This is a.
I just asked. I don't know, but whatever you say sounds like cool.
It's
like one of the best ones.
It's a Fender guitar.
Okay. What's the difference between the guitars?
So if you talk to guitarists, they'll either usually play a Fender
Okay.
or a Gibson.
Okay. Nice.
The The Gibson is like the round body, and then this is a Fender Stratocaster.
Okay.
It's a beautiful guitar.
Really? Years ago, my ex used to know how to play the guitar.
Yeah.
Shout out to Paulina, she's seeing this. She's still on my Facebook. But she had that little guitar, and she had like, what's that little thing that has on the, like a little metal? It's probably here. Oh yeah, the little, well actually, no, I don't see it in here, but she had like a little metal little stick, and then you move it around, and it makes like an effect, I think.
Yeah, it bends.
Yeah, it bends. Yeah. So she used to be really good. Sometimes I feel like not down, but I was like, man, I don't know how to do anything else but just talk.
Yeah.
But she was really good with the guitar.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's a great instrument. It's not too widely used in electronic music.
Right.
Even still.
Right. I think they should. It should be a good addition to. But I guess it's complicated to do it both ways, either live or like when you produce it. You see it complicated to add?
It's not complicated to add. It's just the people who listen to electronic music
right.
are generally not the rock people so much.
For
so
sure.
It just has to be added in a tasteful way.
Right.
Right?
I think eventually with all these partnerships or combinations that are coming out everywhere, like now I see more like, reggaeton.
Yes.
Yeah. So they're bringing a lot of reggaeton music into like house and making like not Afro house, what is the thing? Latin house.
Yeah.
So maybe eventually, like either like with that or like I've seen when they bring like hard techno now combined with like rock, but like heavy rock.
Mm-hmm.
You seen that before? And then so it's kind of, I guess eventually it's gonna come to like something like that.
Yeah.
So let's jump into this other one. It goes Save It by Technology. Is this like referring to like techno or no?
Saved by Technology. This is a store in Toronto.
Okay.
I'm actually not sure if it's still open. I would have to research online.
Right.
And this photo is standing to the right of me is Brian from Native Instruments.
Okay, nice.
He's giving a chat there about a new Native Instruments product.
Okay.
The gentleman to my left is Curtis. He
Okay.
was also working with Native Instruments in Canada. And then there's Trevor on the far right.
Okay.
And he works with Native Instruments in Canada as well.
Okay.
So
nice.
it was a Native Instruments workshop,
Okay.
who I've actually been working together with for a very long time.
Really? Yeah,
So,
I noticed that in a couple of the pictures. I've seen you be working
Yeah.
with them for a long time.
Yeah, a long friendship, long relationship,
That's cool.
supporting each other. But yeah, this was Saved by Technology, very, very cool store.
Right.
And before it was a store, a band called Rush recorded an album there, a big Canadian band.
Really?
They had
Okay,
a
that's
studio
pretty
in
cool.
there, so it's like a legendary spot.
Like
in
legendary
Toronto.
spot. Yeah. Is that kind of the only store up there in Canada? Do they have with the Native Instruments?
We had another wonderful store called Mook. And
Okay.
they still have one in Montreal. It was like an independent music store. Unfortunately, it closed down during the pandemic.
Right.
And now we have more kind of a chain store called Long and McQuaid.
Okay. I see.
And they're actually a really good store too, but it's not exactly the same kind of
Vibe.
small family,
Right.
like store where you can get like one of a kind things.
Right. I think I saw. Was it the same store? Do you holding a record? Is that the same store? No, it's a different store. Well, I think you have a few pictures holding a record. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it makes sense for you. But now that I think I saw. Once I went down. I was like, yeah, she had a few more. So let's go to this last one that I have, and I think I know where this one is, but let's just speak on this one.
So this is Las Vegas.
Right.
I'm playing for Techno Taco Tuesday, and I forgot the name of the venue.
I think it's La Bona Rosa. This one.
I know it's on Fremont.
Yeah.
This was Tino had moved his nights to this location.
Right. Yeah, I think it's Mona Rosa. The one that he opened with, I think Oscar. I think so, but then they closed down. We talked about this in the podcast, and he said, "Well, it's hard to manage a whole business and everything, and the whole thing." Yeah, a lot of people got, I guess not damaged, but like suffered through the pandemic, especially if you were like just opening your business. So it's how was that the pandemic in Canada? Was it like really tough?
It was not good.
It was not good.
It was not good.
Really?
We're all glad it passed.
No way.
We had government support, but there was a lot of laws that were passed very early, like you can't go over to other people's houses. You have to wear masks all the
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, I guess it depends on areas. It was kind of like that. Yeah.
I mean, everything was closed down, right?
Yeah.
As a lot of places were, right?
Right.
You know, it was a very difficult time for anyone who did anything live,
Right.
or anyone who has any sort of people business,
Right.
because your business couldn't run.
That's crazy. And then what usually lasts? What? How long did it last? Like 4 years? No.
2 years.
2 years.
2 years of like shutdowns.
That's
You
crazy.
know, as a DJ, you know, you'd get booked for parties, and then you'd find out that
Yeah.
the government wasn't allowing any parties that night. There was laws about when things could shut down.
That's crazy.
You know, on New Year's Eve, things were shutting down like 8 p.m.
Yeah, it's wild. Yeah, I was talking when I was talking to Tino, and I was like, man, that's crazy to see, because I remember I saw a lot of upcoming DJs, and they were doing really good, but as soon as the pandemic started, it hit him, and then they kind of like not disappear, but because they went to rise, and then there's like not many gigs no more. Yeah, there's one DJ that I really like, but I don't see him. I don't think he's like active no more. I don't know if you know him, but he's from Canada. His name is Johnny Trica. You know him. He had a release. He had a release on SciTech. Quite a few releases on SciTech.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but I don't know what happened. See, he just kind of like stopped releasing. And I saw it the other day on through Facebook. I think I had him on Facebook. He has really released. So he was one of the upcomings. I remember, and then now he's just not. Maybe he got married. I don't know. Maybe I'm just guessing. So I think we went to this one. If you start, let's see. Now we're going to that. We pretty much finished that part and the bottom. Okay, we're gonna go to what's that one piece of advice that you give to your younger self about the music industry?
I would say learn to produce more
Right.
when you're a kid. I think that's an easier time,
Right.
to start.
Right.
To start learning a lot about production when you're still in the safety of dad's roof, and have all the time in the world.
For sure.
I would definitely say focus on that. What else? I would say maybe move to a bigger city
Right.
earlier on, where there's more people and like resources and just things around you that can kind of help you.
Right. Yeah, I guess something where it's like bigger for like I guess more connections. Yeah, because it's hard. It's when you live in a small city, there's not that many connections or that many venues. Once they start, like they took over one venue, they don't want to give no chances to anybody to come and warm up for the shows or anything. Who was your first one of the, I guess, biggest, not biggest, but I guess something that you consider big, that you opened for, like on the same party on the same label night? Or
Who was one of maybe the early big people that I opened for? Carl Craig
was one of the
I'm
biggest.
gonna say, that was when I got the chance to open for him.
Right.
He's such a legendary artist. I think he's the right one to mention because we're in Detroit today.
For sure. Yeah, that's right. You're right.
He's done such amazing work, and I'd seen him do such cool things around the world, and
Right.
I have so much respect for his body of work.
For sure.
So that was a special artist to be able to, to open for and be on the bill with.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's imagine that open. I would be nervous, like really nervous if it was me. How do you think the AI is changing or shaping the technology and the music industry?
Oh, we're going to see big changes in AI. I don't even think we're totally prepared for what's
happening.
What's coming.
Right.
There's one AI DJ. I'm not sure if you're aware of her. Her name is DJ Dex.
DJ Dex.
DJ Dex.
Dex, no.
DJ Dex. You can look her up. She's on Instagram. Here is DJ Dex.
Uh-huh.
So you can book her to perform, and it's an AI DJ. It just gets kind of projected on the walls.
Uh-huh. Can I book it for a podcast, you think?
Absolutely. I mean, why not?
That's crazy. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, she's new, so not too many people have really heard of her
But I
yet.
guess, obviously, someone has to be behind. No?
Yes.
Yeah.
A team of 7 people. you know, producing the music and making all her performances and her
That's
content.
crazy.
You know, she does Instagram reels and she does YouTube videos, just like a real DJ. She's working.
Really? But it's like a robot or it's like an actual person?
It's like an AI.
AI person?
An AI DJ.
No way.
You know, with her own persona. But we're gonna see. She's the first, I think, of many. We're
Right.
gonna see a lot more AI DJs in the future.
That's crazy.
And on the production side too, AI is gonna completely transform the way we make music.
For sure.
Because already the tools are there.
Right.
They can't necessarily make a whole track, you know, as well as a ghost producer can.
Right.
Right now.
Yeah.
But very quickly, I think in the next 3 to 5 years, those tools are going to develop so quickly
For sure.
that you're going to be able to sit down and order your computer to produce the type of track you want to hear.
Yeah, it'll be faster for sure than how it was before. How long do you normally take to? I forgot to ask you this question. How long do you normally take to when you try to produce a track?
Depends.
Depends.
It really depends on like what's going into the track,
Right.
how many other people are collaborating
Right.
on it. Do we need to record any organic instruments, or is everything being done electronically?
Right.
You know, if you need other musicians
Right.
to be on the track, other vocalists, that's
That.
going to make the process
Right. Longer.
longer, right?
sure.
And it depends. Like if it's something that I'm making all on my own and I'm mixing it on my own, or if I'm having someone else mix the track and master the track, like
Was the process like about a year, maybe 6 months? No.
No.
More than that.
I mean, you can finish your track in a couple days.
Oh really?
You know, you could finish your track in a whole day if you work the whole day on it. You might not get the entire mix done, but
Right.
you can get most of the idea out, and then you can come back to it and finish it off.
Right.
You know, it depends on your focus and your discipline.
For sure. How clear-minded are you in? I guess. Yeah. So I got some rapid fire questions just to
Okay.
end it. So I got vinyl or digital?
Digital.
Nice. Early bird or night? Oh, how do you? Owl? Yeah. So I guess
Well,
you're an early bird. or-
Unfortunately, early bird.
So I'm a really early bird person. Like no one will think that I wake up normally 4 in the morning. Like
4 in the morning.
4, walk my dog, get my stuff ready, then go work out because I like to be right. But I'm almost open in the gym every morning.
Wow.
Yeah, but I'm like really early bird morning. You're
That
normal-
is good.
Yeah. What time? What's your early bird?
Like 8.
Okay, so that's good.
Like, yeah, it's 7. If I can be out of bed at 7, that's like honestly amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it been too cold? What time do you go to sleep?
Like, are you gonna air this on the podcast?
No, you don't have to. You don't have to answer, but I was just like, okay, compared to you wake up 8, maybe.
I mean, it depends how tired I am, because some weekends, you know, if I'm working several shows,
Right.
and if I'm traveling, and if I've really cut down on sleep, you know, you just get burnt out. You get
For sure.
exhausted.
Exhausted.
If
for
I'm
sure.
tired, I can go to bed at 9, 10.
Yeah.
Usually it's like 11. It's
Okay,
like-
not bad.
I
Yeah,
think
that's when I go to sleep.
when-
Yeah, I
like-
just.
But you're waking up at 4. I'm waking up at 8.
Yeah.
So I like my sleep.
Hey, nothing wrong with sleep. Like,
The weekends I'm always losing it.
right, you got to
know?
recover
And traveling, you lose it too. So
for sure.
when you have the chance to be at home in bed,
You got to enjoy it. Yeah, the other day
know?
when I did a LA. I think I did LA for the podcast. LA, Phoenix, and Denver. And I think I flew from LA all the way to New York.
well,
And then I'm like, man, that thing changed. Like what, 4 hours or 6 hours difference? The flight was like 4 hours roughly. 3
You'll need
hours.
to unlock your iPhone first.
oh, sorry.
No worries. And then, and that took forever. And I'm like, what the
You'll
heck?
need to access your
So I was like, man, I think the time zone changed, and then plus the flight, I feel like I'm going to like Europe or
Mhm.
something. So yeah, I can feel you on that. So was it your biggest pet peeve during a gig? I guess like if someone messing around, is that what it meant? Yeah.
The biggest pet peeve
Yeah.
during a gig: sticky, dirty, or dusty gear.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
hate it when the gear is dirty. It's
Yeah.
just like, oh. I
Yeah, I can
actually
see you probably
bring-
thinking the same.
If I'm the only one playing that night, I'll definitely ask like, this stuff damp. You guys have some cleaners,
Right.
Because
Yeah, well, you kind of do need to like clean because if you're moving the knobs, if it's too sticky, then it's like, you know. Yeah. Okay, well, the next one is that track that you'll never stop playing no matter how old it gets.
This was a hard one to think about and answer.
Uh-huh.
I don't play that many old tracks in my sets.
No? Which
to
is,
be often, I like to kind of switch it up to always keep it current
Right.
with what I'm vibing to
Right.
at that time.
Gotcha.
So I actually can't give you an answer on that because there's not one track that I consistently come back to.
Gotcha, yeah. I think if I used to be I would play something from Recondite. This is what I think. But I
From
maybe Recondite, but it's hard to combine it because his music is not that easy to combine, I guess, on a like clubbing night. But that's me. But maybe I'm because I don't play. That's what I'm saying. And the last one, coffee, tea, or Red Bull before a gig.
That depends. Definitely not a Red Bull.
Really?
No, the Red Bull days have come and gone. I used to be able to drink like 5 of them, but
Dang.
not anymore.
Not anymore.
So I would say tea, sometimes a coffee.
Okay.
Yeah, but like a small coffee if it's nice.
Oh, like a little shot.
Yeah,
espresso thing.
Something small because it keeps me up.
Right.
So,
For sure.
but sometimes you need it though too. If you're playing the middle of the night, you know, you just woke up from your nap.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta get out that door. The coffee's gonna definitely help.
Okay, oh, for sure. So Sara, is there anything that you want me to add? There are any cover that you like to cover? That I maybe missed out on my questions that I have for you.
Yeah, you can ask me just a little bit about my label.
Uh-huh.
Simmetry Sounds.
Simmetry Sounds. Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. I did mention that at the beginning.
Yeah.
So how do you start with that Simmetry Sounds?
So my label started a couple years ago.
Okay.
Just building with my own tracks, but then as more producers found out that I had a label,
Okay.
they were also interested
For
in
sure.
releasing on my label.
Gotcha.
So last year we did a couple of releases.
Okay. Yeah, I did notice that.
Yeah, I had actually a really big one. I signed a track by a European artist named Sophia Sigma,
Okay.
and her track, DJ Rebecca used it in her new movie that just came out.
Oh, okay. Rebecca DJ. Yeah. I booked her, and I think Dino did as well.
The hard techno DJ.
Yeah, hard techno DJ. Yeah.
So she produced a movie recently.
Okay.
And the main soundtrack was Sophia's track that was released on my
No
label.
way. That's
So it was kind of
wild.
like a bit of a real like boost.
Right, for sure. That's
You
crazy.
know, for everything moving forward, but I like to work with and support like a lot of new and upcoming talent
Right.
from Canada, but also I have some artists. I have an artist named DJ Scent from Detroit
Okay.
who's going to be releasing some tracks on my label.
Nice.
So
Is she? Since we're here at the speaker box, is she playing here as well tonight? Or?
she is playing tonight.
Okay, nice. So
Yeah.
you both playing this tonight as
Yeah.
well. Okay,
So
that's crazy. That's good.
She's one of the first ladies of Detroit.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. That's crazy. Yeah, this year is like so old, I guess, in the music industry that is I mean, it's hard to find. You know, it's always new people coming in, people who've been here for the longest. That's crazy. So it's been what, 2 years with the label?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
roughly.
I have a
Nice.
lot more tracks to release this year.
For
so-
sure. Nice. What else do you have any? I'm sure you've done it, but like a lounge, like a label party lounge. Have you done one of those
I
yet?
haven't done a label party.
Okay.
I
Not
haven't done
yet?
a label party night yet.
Yeah.
But that's definitely something
In
that
the works.
yeah, I'm looking forward to
Guys.
in the future because
for
I have
sure.
a lot of great guys, Adam
To come into
James,
this
Josh
party.
Lucas, who are really good DJs as well.
Sounds
So
good.
yeah, looking forward to bring everyone together.
Party.
And
Were you thinking to do it here or Detroit?
You know what?
Maybe
when I
Canada?
first found out about this venue where we are
Right.
right now, this cool orange venue,
Right.
I thought this would be a great place to do
That'd be a
it.
good place to do it, especially here downstairs.
Yeah.
It looks pretty cool. So Sara, anything else that you think that I'm missing out? We're pretty much down to the moment already. We've done an hour and 10
Yeah.
minutes roughly. Yeah. Anything else? You're good?
No, just maybe a little plug where you can check me out online.
Got you. Yeah, I'll check you. I'll plug in your socials
Oh,
at the end of
perfect.
the video.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for stopping by to this episode. Thank you, Sara, for swinging by and then hook me up with the venue today to do the episode. And I'll see you guys on the next one.